going to be making pasta with a homemade tomato sauce that you can adapt to suit everybody in your household, for the fussy ones, for the vegetarians, for those that like it spicy, and you can even incorporate more vegetables in here and blend it so that it will be appealing to anybody. So we're going to get started. First of all, I've got all my ingredients and equipment here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my onion and my garlic. So I've already washed my hands and that's me good to go. So when I'm preparing my onion, I need to chop it from the pointy bit to the hairy bit, going down this way. So I don't want to cut round about, I want to go from top to bottom. So to do that, nice sharp knife. And I'm only going to need half of it. So put the half over here. And try to keep the chopping board as clear as possible at all times. And now you're left with this part of the onion. So what I want to do is I want to keep the hairy bit, the root, and I'm going to chop off the pointy bit here. And that's going to help keep my onion all in one place. So it's going to make my life a lot easier when it comes time to chop it up. Take that first layer off. And I've just put this onto my paper towel here. And onions make our life really easy for us because they have got lots of little lines on them. Oh, hang on. You see all those little lines? So what I'm going to do is, using my knife, I'm going to follow those lines down the onion, and I'll show you how that happens. So follow the lines down the onion. And what I'm doing here is I'm not going right to the top. I'm leaving about a finger's width, fingers away from the root. And that holds my onion still in place. At that point now, I'm going to just finely chop my onion. Watching those fingers. All the way up to the top. Then I don't want to do any more, and I just throw that root away. So once I'm happy with all that, you want nice even pieces so that it all cooks evenly, you don't get any big chunky bits. And that is me quite happy with that. So I don't know if that's any. Finely chopped onion. Done in 2 seconds. I'm just going to move that to the side. And now I'm going to prepare garlic. It is obviously vampire season, so I'm going to add 2. And all I'm doing here is using the palm of my hand and the big bit of the blade, I'm just going to press it on top and squash it till you hear that noise. When you hear that noise, that's just going to open it really easily for you, which allows you to peel your garlic clove really quickly and easily. And here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to top and tail. I'm going to chop off the top and the bottom, again moving on my waist. Like what we did with the onion, we're going to finely slice and dice so we've got nice even pieces. Until you're happy with all those finely diced bits, there's no chunky bits, and that has you prepared all of your veg. Now at this point you could add peppers, you could add more onion, you could add mushrooms and do all the preparing at this stage. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fill a big pan, half fill it with water, and bring it to the boil so that I'm ready to add my pasta. And I'm just going to bring that up to the boil. So just moving this to the side. My prepared garlic and onion, I'm just going to set this to the side just now. I was going to use more garlic, but I'm not. I'm going to move this over to the side. I'm now going to get all my ingredients ready in my jug. So in the fridge, I've got here 200 grams, 200 mils of passata. In my measuring spoons, I have got 15 ml of tomato puree, and that's all going to go in here. And here as well, I'm going to add 50 mils of water. So I just need a measuring jug here, 50 mils of water. Make sure that that's 50 by putting it flat. That's 50. Going to add that in. And I'm also going to add in my herbs and seasoning. So in here I have got 2.5 ml of oregano, but you could add chili flakes, you could add Italian seasoning, you could add whatever you like. This is just a basic homemade tomato sauce. And I'm just going to mix that up inside my jug here. And that is it. So I've got passata, some water, tomato puree, and my herbs and seasoning of my choice, which I've got oregano in here. And that is my pasta sauce ready to go. So I've got 75 grams of pasta that if I just show you, I'm going to now be able to add into my large pot to boil. Excuse my kitchen. So as you can see here, we've got big popping bubbles, and that lets me know that my pasta is ready to go. So I'm just going to do that. And that is me. Meanwhile, in a smaller pot I've got here, I'm going to add in 5 mils of olive oil to the pot. Make sure you add your oil to your pan when it's not on the heat, especially if it's a gas hob, just in case it goes on fire. And I'm going to now add this to my hob. So right now my pot is on here boiling, and it's got my pasta in it. And now I've got my oil in my pan, and I'm going to bring that up to temperature on a medium heat. On a medium flame. So what I'm going to do is, when I know that this is going to be ready, is I'm going to add a small bit of onion into the oil that's in the pan, and I'm going to be watching for small popping bubbles to be forming around my onion. That lets me know that the oil is hot enough for me to then add in my onion and my garlic. At this point, I want to be moving it about with my wooden spoon, and it's at this point that if you add any additional ingredients like chorizo or bacon or chicken or any other vegetables, that you add them in to saute at this point. So I don't know if you can see, they are sizzling away. So that lets me know that it is okay to now add the rest of my ingredients. And I always add them like this. And when we saute, we just want to soften it. It usually changes in colour. It might go translucent, the onion. So we're softening these. I'm still on a medium heat just now. So be careful not to burn them, and they've actually changed. They almost go like a goldeny colour. And that is me now. Happy with that, I'm going to add in all of my tomato sauce ingredients that I have got in my jug here. So that's just going to go in really carefully. Alright. I would usually add olives and things in at this point as well. But this is just really simple and basic, so it suits everybody, and you can adapt to suit your own family. And I'm wanting the sauce to come to a boil, so when I'm looking for the sauce to come to a boil, I want to see big popping bubbles. And once I see big popping bubbles, I'm going to reduce to a low temperature on my dial and let it simmer away. So right now I'm wanting my sauce to boil, and that will thicken the sauce up. I was checking my pasta, making sure that it's coming along nicely. We don't want to overcook our pasta. Pasta should still be soft, but it should have some bite to it. So al dente. Al dente is what we would say we would be looking for in our pasta, which comes from the Italian word for dentures. So we want it to still have some. So as you can see, the big popping bubbles are starting to form. So I'm quite happy that my sauce has been brought to the boil. So I'm just going to reduce it in temperature and let it simmer away there. It will go slightly thicker, which is exactly what I like for my pasta. Okay, so I'm just going to check to see if my pasta is going to be ready, and I'm just going to use a fork, and it should be easy enough, soft enough to pick up a piece. And then you can try that. I'm just going to put it on the chopping board. And if it's soft and you're happy with it, then it's time to drain it over a sink. So I've got my colander here. You could use a sieve. Now what you're going to do, make sure you switch it off, is safely drain over the sink. Now at this point here, what you're going to do is you're going to bring it back and you're going to add it into your pasta sauce. So we never add sauce to the pasta. We always want to add our pasta into our sauce so that we get all of the sauce. And that is your sauce ready. I'm just going to serve it up. And here we have it. And you could finish off with some cheese, or you could have some herbs over the top. And there we have it.